discussion aims to foster deeper mutual understanding, enrich academic and policy dialogue, and explore new pathways for cooperation between our two countries. We are honored to begin the day with keynote speeches delivered by esteemed representatives from both Turkey and China. Figures whose insights and expertise are essential in understanding and shaping the future of this bilateral relationship. It is now my great pleasure to invite our first keynote speaker to the stage. Please join me in welcoming Professor Murat, Yeşiltaş, Foreign Policy Director of SETA Foundation.
Good morning, all. Esteemed Her Excellency, Deputy Foreign Minister of Republic of Turkey, Ambassador Berris Ekinci, His Excellency the Ambassador of Republic of China, distinguished speakers from China and Turkey, representative from different institutions, representative from media, students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning all. Welcome to our conference, which is entitled The New Frontier of Turkey-China Relations. It is my distinct honor to welcome you all to this significant forum dedicated to exploring the new frontiers of Turkey-China relations. This conference is part of series exploring and shedding light on the complexities of Turkey-Asia nexus. We are gathered here today in Ankara to delve into the evolving dynamics between two nations, each with profound historical legacies and pivotal role in shaping the global geopolitical landscape. From the ancient Silk Road, which served as a crucial conduit for the exchange of not only goods but also ideas, culture, and technologies, to the formal establishment of the diplomatic relations. Turkey and China have always been connected. Our shared path Chinese Extensive Belt and Road Initiative. This synergy has unlocked immense potential for mutual development and
strategy in the handling more vital, our core from each interests, but also contributes vitality of the we should maintain on the international channel.
second meeting mechanism. Foreign Minister Wang Yi and Foreign Minister Fidan met on several occasions. We held the first meeting of the working group on the alignment of the Belt and Road Initiative and the Middle Corridor Program. Our bilateral trade hit $48.3 billion. Both as major developing countries and a key member of the Global South. We share extensive common ground in pursuing national development and upholding the norms of international relations. The Global South accounts for over 40% of the world economy and contributes to 80% of the world economic growth. We have become a critical force in safeguarding international peace, driving global development, and improving global governance. The world has entered a new period of turbulence and change. Unilateralism is gaining dangerous traction, while bullying practices run rampant. These actions severely undermine the UN-centered international system, blatantly challenge the international order underpinned by international law, erode the foundations of sustainable development, and threaten global peace and stability. Meanwhile, Ukraine and the Gaza crisis continued to unfold. The recent escalation of tension triggered by Israel's strike against Iran has posed acute challenges to regional security. Facing a world of frequent turbulence, China will stand firmly on the right side of history and human progress, and stabilize the uncertain world with our certainty. As an important regional power, Turkey plays a vital role in international geopolitics and exerts crucial influence in mediating regional issues. Through close coordination on various hotspot issues, China and Turkey have jointly contributed to regional and global peace and stability. At this new starting point, China and Turkey will work together to implement the important consensus reached by our presidents. We will continue to firmly support each other in pursuing a development path suited to our national conditions. Resolutely uphold each other's core interests and major concerns, and steadily reinforce the political foundation of our bilateral ties. China stands ready, to strengthen cooperation with Turkey and the international community, play a constructive role in de-escalating tension and finding political and diplomatic solutions to regional conflicts, such as the Iranian nuclear issue. We should jointly oppose zero-sum game and block confrontation, reject the wrong practices of economic developing, decoupling, and disruption of industrial and supply chains, safeguard the multilateral trading system, promote universally beneficial and inclusive economic globalization, and facilitate the establishment of a fair and reasonable global governance system. We should create a stronger synergy between our development strategies and further broaden the areas of cooperation to bring more benefits to our two countries and the whole region. I hope that the participating experts and scholars will have in-depth discussions, enhance understanding, build consensus, and offer you valuable suggestions for China-Turkey relations. I'm sure that your wisdom and efforts will contribute to an all-dimensional, in-depth, and high-level strategic cooperative relationship between China and Turkey. Finally, I wish the seminar a great successful. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your diplomatic vision and the valuable insights you have shared with us this morning. Finally, we are honored to hear from Her Excellency, Ambassador Berris Ekinci, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Turkey.
Esteemed Director of Security and Foreign Policy Research, Professor Dr. Murat Yeşiltaş, Distinguished Vice President of China Institute for International Studies, Mr. Haibo, Honorable Ambassador of China, His Excellency Mr. Jiang Xuebin, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I wish to thank SETA and China Institute of International Studies for organizing this utmost important and timely event. I believe that the subject of Türkiye-China relations is a significant one which needs to be discussed thoroughly and analyzed extensively. I also would like to thank all participants and panelists and hope that the discussions will bear fruitful results that will contribute to the further advancement of Türkiye-China relations. Ladies and gentlemen, Turkey and China share a deep-rooted history, strong cultural and human ties. Our countries are built on two ancient civilizations which have had thousands of years of interaction as the western and eastern flanks of the historical Silk Road. Modern relations between Turkey and China are founded on solid basis of our shared history and traditional interaction. In fact, today, our relations with China constitute one of the most important aspects of Turkey's foreign policy. Under the guidance and common understanding of President Erdogan and President Xi, we seek avenues to further our cooperation in all areas, including political, economic, and cultural affairs. We are pleased to see that high-level contacts and visits between our countries are continuing unabated in line with the vision of our leaders. These visits certainly contribute to the advancement of our mutual understanding and to the consolidation of political trust between our countries. Foreign Minister Wang's visit to Turkey in July 2023 and Foreign Minister Fidan's visit to Beijing, Urumqi and Kashgar in June last year were important milestones in the recent history of our bilateral relations. As a matter of fact, during Minister Fidan's visit, we agreed to utilize existing cooperation mechanisms more efficiently. In this vein, we held the second Türkiye-China Intergovernmental Cooperation Committee meeting, the first working group meeting on the harmonization of the Middle Corridor and the Belt and Road initiatives in November 2024, as well as fresh rounds of the political consultations and the Joint Security Cooperation Mechanism in March of this year. We believe that these high-level meetings, which provided us with opportunities to reach mutual understanding on a number of issues, underscore both parties' strong commitment to the advancement of the relations. Distinguished participants, economic and trade cooperation holds an important place in our relations with China. China is Turkey's second largest trade partner, with our trade volume approaching $50 billion. We believe that there is ample potential to increase our bilateral economic cooperation to the benefit of both of our nations. Nevertheless, our trade deficit with China continues to be an issue that needs to be addressed. As our Chinese friends also agree, economic relations between our countries need to be structured in a more balanced and sustainable manner. In this framework, we welcome Chinese companies' rising interest in investing in Turkey. We hope that more companies will choose to profit from Turkey's investment-friendly environment and benefit from the long list of advantages that our country offers. There is significant potential to cooperate with a win-win approach in infrastructure and railway projects, new technologies, battery and energy storage systems, renewable and nuclear energy. Turkey's geographical location at the heart of Eurasia, its centuries-old interaction with different nations and cultures, and the custom union with the European Union provide Chinese investors a unique possibility to reach different economies and millions of consumers by investing in our country. We particularly encourage investments of Chinese electric vehicle manufacturers in our country. Turkey is among the top 12 car-producing countries and provides substantial advantages in large production, labor capacity, and logistics. Therefore, we welcome BYD and other companies' intention to invest in Turkey and are confident that these investments will be finalized in the near future. Another important aspect of our cooperation with Beijing is connectivity. The Middle Corridor and Belt and Road initiatives are the most important components of our vision to revive the historical Silk Road. As I mentioned earlier, we are pleased that the Joint Working Group on Harmonization of the Middle Corridor and Belt and Road initiatives was able to meet for the first time in 9 years. In light of increasing geopolitical risks, the harmonization of these two initiatives will be in the interest of both our countries, as well as the wider geography stretching from Asia to Europe and Africa, in terms of reliability and diversification of trade routes. Ladies and gentlemen, as Turkey, we are not only interested in increasing our commercial and economic relations with China, but also wish to cooperate in a wide range of other issues, including fostering cultural exchanges and encouraging stronger people-to-people ties. One of the best ways to promote people-to-people contacts is to increase the number of reciprocal flights between countries. In the context of Turkey-China relations, this is exactly what we have recently done. Our relevant authorities agreed to significantly increase flight frequencies and add new flight destinations. On the other hand, another issue that promotes contacts and tourism is visa liberalization. As you know, China has temporarily introduced visa exemption for a number of countries. We would welcome if Turkish citizens could also benefit from visa exemption, as this would facilitate contacts between our peoples and promote better understanding, as well as the elimination of possible misperceptions. Dear participants, The complexity of contemporary global challenges and the rapidly changing international environment, including the developments with regards to Ukraine, Israel's continuing aggression, and the overall situation in the Middle East, necessitate closer coordination between Turkey and P5 member China on regional and international affairs. Our countries exchange views on current regional and global developments. We are pleased to see that we share similar views on many issues, particularly the developments in the Middle East. We appreciate China's strong solidarity with Palestine and its principled support for the two-state solution. Also, our views concur regarding Israel's attacks against Iran. We believe that countries like Turkey and China, which implement effective diplomacy, can make meaningful contribution to the resolution of global and regional crises. Distinguished panelists and guests, I am confident that closer cooperation between Turkey and China will contribute to the enhancement of mutual political trust. As in any other relationship, may it be between countries, family members, or friends, we do not always see eye to eye on all issues with China. Nevertheless, while not disregarding our differences, both countries share the political will to focus on and utilize the enormous potential between Turkey and China. We are confident that closer cooperation will create an atmosphere conducive for better understanding. After all, we share similar views on a wide range of regional and international issues of mutual concern, a significant number of which are in Turkey's imminent vicinity. Contemporary challenges and this changing era will compel Turkey and China to adapt, diversify, and deepen their relations, to expand their economic and cultural relations, and utilize existing transportation routes more efficiently. Turkey and China relations have stood the test of time, and I am confident that they will continue to flourish in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, while both countries' ministries of foreign affairs and other relevant institutions continue to tirelessly discover new avenues of cooperation and advance existing relations, we encourage you, the esteemed members of academia and think tanks in both countries, to provide decision makers with innovative and constructive ideas that will serve to consolidate and further relations between Turkey and China. I again would like to thank SETA and China Institute of International Studies for this event and bringing such distinguished participants together. I wish all panelists success in their endeavors and look forward to hearing about the constructive outcomes of this utmost important gathering. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your profound remarks and for representing Turkey's strategic outlook so clearly. Thank you to our esteemed keynote speakers for their insightful and inspiring remarks. We truly appreciate your time, expertise, and thoughtful contributions to the conference. We will now have a break for tea. Please take this opportunity to network yourselves and refresh yourselves. We will reconvene at promptly 10 minutes. Thank you.